Watch right to the end for a beautiful healing message. Sagittarius, welcome back to Sybella Spirit. We are going to be doing a general reading for your sign, Sagittarius, whether that's sun, moon, or rising. I've created a bit of a schedule for myself, so fire signs will officially be aired on Tuesday. Be aired. I don't know what I'm saying. They'll be uploaded. They'll be posted. You know what I'm saying. For this reading, when I started the week of readings, it was on Monday, yesterday, with water signs, and I didn't have an intention for the reading. I just kind of went with what Spirit wanted to bring out, and so I got 2 rows of 3 cards, and it was kind of giving a past, present, future vibe, so we will go with that. All right, Sagittarius, it looks like in the recent past we have the 2 of Wands. Perhaps you have had to make a decision recently. Was this decision towards a possible love interest? Because in the present position we have a King of Cups. We will see what happens. And then we have the 7 of Wands in the near future. And definitely I'm getting the energy of kind of standing your ground and standing up for what you believe in with that card there. So we will see what's up. Recent past, we have the 7 of Swords. So maybe 7s are significant to you. That could be a sense of reflection, having a sense of integrity. So that would kind of match with the vibe of standing up for what you think is right. We have a Death card in the present position below the King of Cups. You could be going through a bit of a transition in the present here. Maybe the choice that you had to make in the recent past led to a change in your present. Clear, concise messages for Sagittarius. Okay. We had 2 cards coming out, so we'll take them both. So we have the Chariot, another 7. And the 8 of Cups in reverse. Huh. What is going on here for you, Sag? Hermit on the bottom of the deck. So let's get some clarifiers here because I'm really curious. It's kind of like a strange energy on the board. Something like, you know, maybe you had to stand your ground in a situation. You made a choice. Maybe there's someone in your life, or maybe you're in your King of Cups energy. Maybe you had to kind of stay strong in a leadership role with the King of Cups, but you're doing so from an empathetic lens, and so to me that sounds like you're being a great leader. It's like you're prepared for what's to come. We have the 4 of Wands coming out. So it says your hard work and sincere efforts lead you to a sense of safety, contentment, and financial security. You deserve to take a break and enjoy the magnificent life you've created. It may be time to celebrate a wonderful event such as an engagement, a wedding, buying a new home, or the birth of a new child. So in the recent past, we had the 4 of Wands coming out with the 2 of Wands and the 7 of Swords in reverse. So to me, this could be like, this whole reading is like you have good and bad things happening in your life. And I feel like so another wand coming out. It's time for you to step up and be the leader. So that's the energy I was feeling with the King of Cups. Your natural leadership skills are being called into action. This is your moment in the sun so move into the light and shine for all to see. This card is about a person who has charisma, is inspiring, enjoys the challenge, and loves the spotlight. So definitely fire energy. You could have another fire sign in your life. You could have perhaps a water sign in your life. So Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Interesting. So let's get some clarity on this King of Cups and the Death card. This is a bit of an interesting energy for me. It's kind of, I think detached is kind of the word I'm looking for. It's like you're going through the motions. Perhaps you're a single parent. Maybe you are the head of a company and you're doing what you have to do because you know you have to do it. It's like the sense of like, okay, I have all this crap going on around me, but I don't have time to deal with it right now. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, being the, wise leader that I am. And when I have a minute, I will try to take some time to go inside and think about what it is I need to do to move forward here. In the recent future, it's like with the Chariot card, I am sensing you're very focused on what you want to happen right now, almost so much that it's like unwavering, detached. You're not very emotional about the things that are happening right now. You can feel this change and transformation coming in for sure. And then we had the Wheel of Fortune come out as well. So I think that intuitively you're sensing this is a good change and it has to happen. So you're just kind of rolling with it. And anything challenging or stressful that comes up, you've been able to deal with it in the moment. And I just overall I feel this sort of determined, detached sort of energy, which is probably serving you well right now. It's like you really need to keep a level head. Okay, what do we need to know about this Death card here? Maybe you've experienced a death, whether that's someone in your immediate family. My condolences for sure. If it's the death of someone or some sort of loss that you're experiencing, I just feel like, I feel like you have a lot going on, for sure. There's something going on. You're going through a change, but you seem to be maintaining a sense of security. What do we need to know about the Death card? So we have the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so definitely this sense of clarity and focus, and you're really just taking any new changes, conflicts, anything, you have a great sense of mental clarity despite what's going on around you. So I'm really curious to see who's this fitting for, what collective are we connecting to and reading for right now, because this is a unique energy. I don't think it matches the energy we had last week. I'm really curious. The Three of Wands says things are working out beautifully. Now that your ship has come in, it's time to decide what your next big project will be. You may choose to continue to build upon your success or move on to something entirely different. And then it says be willing to travel if necessary. So this Ace of Thought card as well, we had the Two of Wands, that's a travel card, and there was another card of travel, like the Chariot could possibly be a travel card. I thought I saw the word travel on another card. Yeah. There's just like fast moving energy is kind of what I'm feeling. I really feel the energy of like someone managing their own company, their own business, maybe the leader of their family, like a super mom energy. What do we need to know for the recent future here? What do we need to know about the future within this next month for Sagittarius? Tell me about the Seven of Wands for Sagittarius. So the Ace of Cups, my goodness. Before with the King of Cups, I was kind of picking up a little bit of like new love energy, possibly, you left maybe a situationship that you weren't that serious about. You just kind of followed your gut. You had like this thing and you were like, you know what, we haven't been dating that long. I'm just going to leave that where it is. Let it be. Maybe you ghosted or you got ghosted. Whatever it is, you just took it on the chin and moved on with your life and stepped into this energy of maybe you have a trip coming up or you have something going on where I feel like although you had a little bit of challenges come up or you had some Some things come up. You were totally fine with it. Okay, and then we have the messenger of emotion coming in. So again, that's possibly an offer of love. Something's coming in for you. Maybe you're going to be receiving a message from somebody. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience that could grow into something deeper. You may receive a message expressing feelings that you didn't even know were developing. Yeah, so I feel like you're kind of focused on yourself or whatever this busyness is that you have going on in your life, that like almost like love wasn't even on your radar right now, although it's kind of like this underlying energy, right? With the Four of Wands, that's kind of like the happily ever after card. Very interesting energy. And then we have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups. Okay, so with this card here, I was going to say maybe it's someone from the past, maybe someone you've dated before and things just didn't work out. Maybe it wasn't the right time. And so perhaps you're getting a surprise message from this person with a new offer of love, because all of a sudden, look, we have Four Cups cards. We have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Cups. That's definitely telling me that this Wheel of Fortune has turned. You were so focused on yourself and perhaps some sort of a small loss that you had, a little bit of, a bit of a surprise energy, a bit of a change, transformation energy. But you really remained focused on like the things you had to do in your day-to-day life. That Spirit was like, you know what? I'm proud of Sagittarius. They've done the work. They've kept focused. They are remaining true to themselves and taking responsibility for their part in whatever this is. Because there's a couple different storylines going on here. And so the funny thing is that because I feel your energy is so like balanced, and like that detached feeling, it was like you didn't really let anything keep you down for too long. You were just like, oh, okay, we've danced this dance before. I'll get through this. I'm going to remain super focused. I have this new idea. I have this new whatever for my company, and we're just going to move ahead. Something like that. Like that's the energy. And then maybe with the King of Cups, it's like you had a new person come into work, or you had a new person show up in your life and you weren't even looking for it, and then smack, this person from the past comes in and you're like, oh yeah, I remember you. So because I'm not totally getting the whole story here, I'm actually going to take out a third deck here to clarify, because maybe I'm picking up like a lot of energy from a bunch of different Sagittarius type energies, but I'm not totally clear about what's happening here. So I'm just going to get one card, or however many they want to give for the past, recent past for Sagittarius. And maybe this will give me a little more clarity. Okay, so the Four of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so this to me is like sort of hermit energy. It's like a time to, rest. Maybe fours are significant for you in the recent past. Maybe you've been seeing fours. Maybe that energy sort of gave you some comfort. Fours can definitely be that feeling of, like I said, you're focused on that sense of structure and security in your life. And that really gives you a sense of security and safety. And so when hard things happen, it's like you always have that Four of Wands that you built. Like maybe you've just created this sense of safety, security, and happiness for yourself, so that if hard things happen, you're not that shaken up by it. You're just like, okay, I got this, which is kind of a cool energy. I gotta say, this energy I'm feeling is like, you got this. And that's a really cool energy to be in. And I feel like you're gonna get rewarded for it. So what does Sag have going on in the present? Just one card of clarity for the present. Card of clarity for the present, please. Oh, okay. We have the Six of Wands coming out. You definitely have this like victory energy here. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card in the present, it's like you've laid something to rest. There's an ending of a cycle, and it's like you kind of expected it and you were kind of preparing for it. You were ready for it. And with the Six of Wands, your victory is coming in. And I think you have this intuition, this sense that, yeah, you can totally feel it. And then we had the Ace of Pentacles. So that's your third ace. I don't know. I feel like you're winning right now, Sag, and you know it. Empress energy. Yes. Like, this is all making so much more sense. I just think the collective I'm reading for has, you have it all figured out almost. You know, I think you're in a spot in your life where you've set yourself up so that you can be comfortable and happy. And, you know, maybe you got all your ducks in a row so that you're finally ready to welcome a soulmate energy in. Like, maybe in the past you were just dating and having fun and kind of learning about yourself. Like, in this energy of leaving the Nine of Swords, you know, maybe you did have some anxiety or depression that you were dealing with, but you had really focused on that, and you really, you know, you spent the last couple years maybe dealing with that to get yourself into a place where you feel safe and comfortable in your own body. And I think Spirit has kind of seen you do that work, and now they're bringing love in because they feel like, rather than maybe getting into deep relationships and perhaps karmic cycles, or maybe you're just leaving a karmic cycle, and, you know, while you were stuck in it, you were doing the work to heal yourself and stuff. And they saw you were doing that work, and so you're being rewarded. So these cards are going to be for the future. So we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, that is, so the Empress and the Queen of Wands give me similar vibes, where it's like, we're a healed queen now. We know what we want. We can say no to the people we don't want, and we can say yes to this new energy that's coming in. And with the call card, that's the Judgment card, where it's like, either you've had a wake-up call, you've had clarity, you've made this decision, you've recognized what your life purpose is now, you've recognized what you do and you don't want, and you're just this empowered, embodied, divine, feminine or masculine energy, however it fits, right? And I don't know. I just feel like you're about to come into something really beautiful. Could be a soulmate relationship, could be a maybe a twin flame journey in a super positive and healthy sense. I'm sensing a lot of really healthy energy. And then we had the Nine of Pentacles coming out. So you had the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Nines could be significant for you. 9 is that energy of wishes coming true, big realizations. All of your plans have come to fruition. You have gained an amazing sense of resilience. You're proud of yourself. You are mature. That's for sure the energy here, where maybe in the past, these changes would have really like screwed you up in a big way, and like you would have let the emotions get the best of you, but you've just remained really focused and strong and powerful. And I love that. I so love that for you. Like, good work. Okay, so let's close this reading with a white light oracle card from Alana Fairchild. And my intention with these cards is to bring the whole reading together and to give you a healing activation that will support you in this next bit, right? And so I just heard, like, to really sort of, I know you've done the work and I know you're at a place where you're feeling really stable and secure for yourself. It's just when this new love comes in, I want to make sure that you're not going to let the self-sabotage is what I heard come in. So my intention here is that Spirit brings forth exactly the healing that you need for your highest good in the most gentle way. Bring us the card that Sag needs, the healing process that Sag needs to continue their beautiful journey and welcome whatever is coming in for them. There it is. Okay. This says Beatitude of Sacred Rapture. I'm going to be real with you. Some of these cards, I'm not the best at pronouncing some of the words on here, so don't make fun of me, okay? I'm going to do my best. Sacred Rapture. Okay, let your true self be seen. Search for the deeper spiritual purpose and opportunity for healing beneath conflict and suffering. If you have been in pain, this oracle brings a message of joyful breakthrough. Your soul is growing stronger, more able to have faith in wisdom than in judgment or doubt. Commit to your spiritual path and know you are making progress, even if things seem more difficult for a time. Know that any such difficulty is part of your healing and that you will successfully move through it. Trust yourself. So that sort of is the energy. Like, I think you are trusting yourself and your spirit team. To feel that you are fully seen, loved, and recognized for who you are, honor your true self. To be witnessed in such a state, truly beheld in all of your uniqueness, quirkiness, vulnerability, and strength, is deeply empowering. This is how spirit sees you. So when you connect with your spirit, you learn to love yourself and others unconditionally, and become generous with your forgiveness. You are also less likely to be hoodwinked by the ego. You start to see yourself and others at the soul level. When we are beheld, the need to behold arises. We need to bear witness to the sacred, to acknowledge what is true, which means cutting through the fog of illusion, deception, and confusion with the clarifying knife of higher perception. There is quantum power in pure vision. It empowers the viewer and also that which is viewed. Seeing from a position of inner spiritual truth, we look below the surface, which has alchemical potency to set healing in motion. What vision of yourself or others do you either cling to or free yourself from? How might your choice either encourage or impede soul awakening? When life is tough, you can admire the courage it takes to grow. There is a compliment inherent in being allotted life changes. If something big has shown up on someone's path, then the universe is basically saying that they are enough of a spiritual badass to deal with it. Yeah, and that's the energy I'm picking up for you, Sag. It's a vote of divine confidence. If you or another are battling something, you can choose to feel awe and respect rather than fear and despair. Rapture is a state of intensely pleasurable joy that lifts one into communion with the sublime and the sacred. It is not only a personal experience, but also a transfusion of divine delight into the collective soul of humanity. This is the kind of joy that is generous, soulful, without reason or agenda, and delightfully contagious. It is a wake-up call. It shifts any stubborn clinging to negativity. It refreshes the soul and nourishes the heart. It reminds us that everything is okay. Rapture is the astonishment, the sudden intake of breath, in response to an inner realization of something beautiful and beyond description. It tears us out of our misery and despair and plugs us into an electrical current of enlightenment. The darkness is cleared in an instant. Yeah, this message is for you. That's totally what this reading is giving, and it's a very unique feeling. I will say that. A beatitude is a blessing, the highest blessing. The Oracle of Beatitude of Sacred Rapture brings guidance that the beautiful healing truth of spirit is your reality. All else is a nightmarish misuse of imagination by the ego. When you sense spirit at work in your life, totally trustworthy and having your back, you are seeing clearly. When your hopeful heart feels empowered, you are in a zone of truth. Trust in those moments. Recall them whenever you can. Count all your positive moments and wins, no matter how inconsequential they may appear. Every one of them is a precious drop of divine nectar nourishing your heart. Allow yourself to be seen, to see and be seen. And remember that even in the tremors, trials, and tribulations of human life, you are a radiant soul who is growing ever more luminous through the wisdom, compassion, and strength distilled through those experiences. Look for the light beneath all the phenomena, and you shall know the peace and love that is with all beings always. Healing process. Become present and connect with your heart in a restful, respectful manner. You do this by lightly resting your hand over your heart and feeling for its presence beneath your hand. Not only as a marvelous physical organ, but also as a spiritual temple of love. As you exhale, your awareness can drop from your head to your heart. As you inhale, your awareness can retreat a little more from the appearances of the outer world and feel pulled lovingly and gently toward the inner magnetic field of the heart. Within the heart, you can see, feel, and become aware of a beautiful eye. It is an eye of light, an eye of protection, an eye of wisdom and non-judgment, of clear vision and spiritual sight. This is not a clinical eye which assesses. It is a compassionate eye which sees the luminous inner reality of the soul and the sacred destiny of all beings. The trappings of opinion and preconceived ideas are like the nets of fishermen. The ocean of love within the heart glides right through them. In the heart, there is wisdom and love. There is healing. There is truth and courage. This same love, wisdom, is in the hearts of all beings. You can imagine it gently stirring, awakening, bringing peace, making the connection between all beings more conscious. We are not alone. We matter to each other at a deep spiritual level. Let yourself rest beneath the appearances of conflict and separation and pain. Partake of the Sacred Heart tonic of all-embracing, all-encompassing love. When you are ready to complete your healing process, slowly emerge by focusing on the sensations of the air or clothing upon your skin. Then ground and hydrate yourself. You have completed your healing process. Well, that was beautiful. And perhaps the energy that I was feeling that felt detached to me was more of that energy that that card talked about, where you've really tapped into the heart space to be able to see the spiritual aspect of life versus maybe the sometimes human misconceptions we can have about the hardships and challenges that we face. Thank you, Sagittarius.